Welcome back to Frontline News. I'm Sasha Lee Hamilton. It's now time for Frontline Business. Business operators in St. Catherine have complained that promises made by the government last year were unfulfilled. Gabriel Thompson has the details.
President of the St. Catherine Chamber of Commerce, Dennis Robotham, says the business community has been hanging on to commitments which have not materialized.
The indicators were that Spanish Town would see a positive move in terms of influx of funding and positive move to move the area into a more buoyant activities in terms of tourism and other aspects of economic life that we have not seen yet, but we are hoping that the budget will accommodate that this year and we will see a positive move.
And Mr. Robotham admits that there was a spike in commerce in St. Catherine last year, but that it didn't last long enough to make a significant impact. He notes that the government has been tight-lipped on the promises which were made, leading to a less than desirable 2019 for many of his members. Mr. Robotham is hoping that the likelihood of a general election this year will put St. Catherine back in the spotlight.
There's a certain vibes that this year should see something better because everybody's expecting that this year is a year where the elections will be called and usually the money flow a little better during those election periods, so possibly we might see something moving in a positive direction where that is concerned.
Gabrielle Thompson, Frontline Business.
Used car dealers are reporting that sales were robust in 2019. President of the Jamaica Used Car Dealers Association, Linvale Hamilton, told the Financial Report that vehicle imports were also higher than in 2018. During that year, just over 30,000 used vehicles entered the island.
Pretty well when it compares to the previous year. I think we did about 35,000 and things are looking even a bit more than that now as it stands. So we may be looking at about a 10% increase in the number of cars that came in, and the sales have been pretty good.
KLE Group has acquired full ownership of all the Usain Bolt's Tracks and Records franchises in Jamaica. Kimberly Broderick has the details in this report.
The most recent acquisition is the Montego Bay franchise, which was owned by hotelier Christopher Issa. The acquisition came after the KLE Group made an offer which Mr. Issa said was in alignment with the company's plans of streamlining operations and expanding the brand locally. CEO of the KLE Group, Gary Matalon, is hoping that the acquisition will improve the company's economies of scale, earnings, assets, and profitability. Since opening the first Usain Bolt's Tracks and Records restaurant in 2011, the KLE Group has expanded to other cities, including Ocho Rios, Montego Bay, and London. Kimberly Broderick, Frontline Business.
In Friday's trading session, the JSE Combined Index declined by 6,033 points to close at under 500,000 units. Overall market activity resulted from trading in 71 stocks, of which 32 advanced, 31 declined, and 8 traded firm. The junior market index advanced by 15 points to close at over 3,000 units. Stocks advanced for cargo handlers, Caribbean Cream, Caribbean Producers Jamaica, Dolphin Cove, and Express Catering. Stocks declined for 1834 Investments, MG Packaging and Paper, Barita Investments, Berger Paints Jamaica, and Blue Power Group. Trading firm were 138 Student Living, Siboney Group, Derrimon Trading, Margaritaville Limited, and Proven Investments JMD. Wigton Wind Farm Limited ordinary shares was the volume leader with 17.7 million units, followed by Fontana Limited with 10.2 million units and Sagicor Select Funds Limited Financial with 4.6 million units. Now for the foreign exchange. In oil, Oil edged lower on Friday, set for its first weekly loss since late November, erasing the week's risk premium added since a U.S. drone strike killed a top Iranian general as investors focused on rising U.S. inventories and other signs of ample supply. Brent crude futures were down 15 cents at $65.22 a barrel. West Texas Intermediate WTI crude futures slipped 31 cents to $59.25 a barrel. And that's it for Frontline Business. I'm Sasha Lee Hamilton. Pleasant viewing.